Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing Issue 9 of Star Wars Bounty Hunters, which was titled The Terminus Gauntlet Part 2, Squadron of 1, and was written by Ethan Sachs with art by Palo Villanueva, and it came out on January 27th, 2021. So yeah, I like this issue. So far this arc has been solid, mainly just because it actually makes sense. It's just been paced better. It's mostly been just concentrating on Valance and what Valance is doing. Hasn't been cutting in between so many different character perspectives like the first arc was. So I enjoy that, more. So yeah, but the story is alright. It's nothing insane, but like I said, alright. But the art, like always, is great. I really do like the art, but anyways, the issue starts off with another flashback from around the Han Solo Imperial Cadet miniseries. That's when Valance crashes. But I don't believe in the series we actually get to see his perspective, which kind of get to see it. See him be, angry. That they aren't coming back from him, angry at the Empire and whatnot. But eventually, Han and the others do come back, and he's like, "Oh wow, the Empire came, back for me." And then they say, it wasn't the Empire, it was, just them. Which, I enjoyed this. Flashback shows of, the start of, Valance's, resentment towards the, Empire. Obviously it's been shown in this series several other times, but, kind of shows the very start of it, so I do, like that. So yeah, but, anyways, then, cuts to the present, picking up right where the last issue ended off. Valance getting chased down by some of the Anaka gang pirates, and he's talking to the rebels and their rebel ship, telling them to open the hangar door and whatnot, which they don't want to at first, but eventually do. And then once on board, Valance asks who's in charge and whatnot, which some rebel commander named Hill Papira. Who doesn't trust Valance. He doesn't trust him so much that he locks him in a cell, and Valance wanted to take down the pirates and whatnot, and tells them that the guy I forget the guy's name, the rebel guy who sent Valance, which Papira doesn't believe any of it. So yeah, but he then says he's just gonna go surrender to the pirates, which Valance, like I said, warns him about them and that how the pirates was kill them all and whatnot. But then it cuts to the planet Rusan, which we saw in the first arc, a few issues of that arc. And, obviously it's appeared elsewhere in Star Wars and Legends and canon, but it's where Nakano Lash was. But here we see that old man who would talk to Nakano Lash, and another character, Lasha Tarkon, who we saw in like the first or second issue of the series, who was the lover of Taanga, which the old man shows her that takes her to his tent and shows her that Tonga had survived and is still alive, which he says because last we saw Tonga was getting shot by Boba Fett on the Nakano Lash's ship, which I guess Tonga crawled to some escape pod and escaped. So a little random, just randomly happening. Doesn't ruin the pacing of the issue, so it's not that big of a deal. But Anyways, then it goes back to Valance in his cell, talking to the one rebel who's, stationed there to watch over him, which, then Valance eventually gets, the rebel to, free him, and, Valance asks him if, I believe the rebel mentioned, like, an X-Wing, so Valance then, takes the X-Wing, and, has a plan, which, like normally in the comics, you don't see them, say what the plan is, jumps into them doing the plan, which I guess was to go after some of the pirates, he fights some of them off, blows up some of the ships, but then turns around, the droid who's in the ship, he tells the droid to transmit a message he made, which then, like I said, turn back around and goes towards the rebel ship going at the bridge, and then, cuts away at the last second and jumps into hyperspace, which on the bridge, Commander Papura, is relieved that Valance had left, and there's another rebel trooper there who, like, questions him and whatnot, which, because Valance was helping him and whatnot, and it should be happy, that he was helping them, but, mad that he left, which, Papura responds by killing the rebel trooper, which we then see Scrag, Dengar, and the rest of the Naka gang pirates board the ship looking for whatever score Dengar knows about. I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah, and then it, cuts to Valance climb up a ladder on the outside of the rebel ship, and that's where the issue ends off. So yeah, like I said, the issue was, a well-paced issue, which, just makes the issue better than most of the series. But, like I said, the story was alright. I'm into it, but it's something mind-blowing. Excited to see Valance and Dengar probably go at it again, in the next issue. But yeah, interested to see what happens with Tonga, who kind of random in this issue, so I would assume she'll play a part in the next issue. I'm not sure, obviously she was in bad shape, but in this issue, so I don't know. But yeah, like I said, issue is alright. On my grade, I'll give it a B. So yeah, anyways, the next issue comes out on March 17th. I believe it's March 17th. It's one of the middle weeks of March. So yeah, 2 month wait for next issue. So yeah, when that does come out, I'll be doing a review of that. But in the meantime, you can check out all my other comic reviews and everything else I do. But I've been Sarzu, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.